guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and I'm excited. I don't have anything to say on this. I'm really excited. Why am I this excited? You dare want to know what I could be excited for? Oh, you have no idea. Though I guess probably by the time you're actually watching this, since after you click on this, I think you might have already figured it out, but yeah, either way, looks like we're almost done. We're almost done. This entire trilogy that we've actually been going on for the past 3 months now is almost over. Alright, yeah. That's how much I am really excited for the hat, so yeah. I guess this is pretty much what I need since after this past since after last weekend when I actually had a really great time at Syracuse Collectors Con for sure. To which, by the way, thank you so much for tuning into those videos on that. They were a lot of fun to actually work on for sure. But I guess either way, since after that for sure, and there will be a matter of time before I'll go to my next convention that'll be coming up very soon. But I'll be sure to give more details on that later on once it actually does come around. But for now, I think it's about time that we get ourselves back to business as normal and actually seeing some movies for sure. So yeah. I think that's what I could say, of course, on that front for sure. And don't worry, I am definitely going to get to the new releases as usual in these thoughts videos for sure. It's only going to be a matter of time for sure. So for those of you that are expecting me to talk about Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, don't worry, I will get to that later on for sure. Just give me plenty of time for sure. But for now, though, I think it's about time that we get ourselves in for a little something that really got me hyped up for sure. But in case you're actually quite curious for sure, looks like I think it's about time that, well, I guess since after the last month for sure, with, of course, their last movie that finally got the theatrical release it deserved, I think it's about time that we jump ourselves back into Pixar once again, and yeah, finally talk about one of their other movies that finally got the theatrical release it deserved for sure. But yeah, that's how much I am really excited for the hag, based on, of course, my reaction at the beginning for sure. So yeah. I think it's about time that we get right on to the hang up for sure. So yeah, I guess since after January, since I did my re-review on Soul, and last month in February where I did my re-review on Turning Red, yes folks, it's time. It's finally time that we conclude this trilogy for sure. And I only have one more movie to do a re-review on, just one more. And boy, it looks like we're definitely ending this with a massive bang for sure. And I really do mean that in the best possible way for sure. So yeah, I guess with that being said, let's wrap up this entire trilogy as we take a look once again at the third and final film in what I like to call the Disney Plus Pixar trilogy that finally got the theatrical release this past weekend for sure, which is none other than Luca. So yeah. I think that's, of course, what I'm going to be talking about here today for sure. So yeah, it finally got the theatrical release it deserved, and, well, much like with Soul and Turning Red, I actually got to see it not too long ago, and, well, just like I promised, I'm giving you guys an official re-review, of course, that's a movie for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Still gotta really admire this really large bottle of water I actually took home from the movie theater for sure, so. Okay, so yeah, now that I've actually got the introduction out of the way, I think I might as well give you guys a little recap on, of course, what I thought of Luca the first time around for sure, and how. Now, much like Soul and Turning Red, Luca is, of course, the third film that is, of course, released under Disney and Pixar for sure, that was originally supposed to be giving a theatrical release, but due to COVID, it actually made its way onto Disney Plus instead, so. And yeah, I actually was lucky enough to actually catch that movie right at the moment when it first came out onto Disney Plus for sure, and I guess to me, I really do love that movie for sure. I thought the story was very well done. I really got a really good grips of course, the characters. The acting is great. The animation is outstanding. All that and more actually makes it a fantastic movie to watch, and even to this day, it actually remains as, of course, one of my favorite movies of 2021 for sure. And that's definitely saying a whole lot because, well, I think it's given to, of course, the other movies I actually saw during that year for sure that I also do really love and admire for sure. I mean, how else would, of course, I would dub 2021 as, of course, the year of redemption for sure. But hey, if you want a little bit more context on, of course, what I actually thought of this movie the first time around, then definitely go watch my old thoughts video that I did on that said movie from about 3 years ago, actually. So yeah, it's hard to believe that I've actually seen that movie quite a long time ago for sure. Quite interesting that time flies pretty fast for sure, so yeah, and of course, again, much like Soul and Turning Red, Luca is, of course, lucky enough to finally be giving a theatrical release for sure, which, yeah, much like with of course, the last two that I actually mentioned, I got really excited for that because, yeah, as much as I really do love seeing Luca the first time around for sure, I think getting to see the second time, but on the big screen for sure, I think that's something I've been begging for sure ever since I actually first knew about it for sure. Because yeah, honestly, as great as to see it on Disney Plus, I do really want to catch it on the way it was originally meant to be experienced in. So, luckily enough, I did manage to, of course, get myself into, of course, see this movie when I went down to the Regal Cinemas down in Ithaca for sure, to which, yeah, it's kind of similar to why I actually did that with, of course, Soul and Turning Red, pretty much 2 months beforehand for sure, So yeah, who would have thought that I actually had to rely on Regal for of course all three of those in a row, but hey, I'm not complaining. I think they actually can actually give us something really great if Crown City Cinemas from which is local to of course where I live couldn't actually find the time to bear all that in. So, luckily enough, I did manage to, of course, get myself in to finally see Luca on the big screen for sure, and, well, I just literally got back from, of course, seeing it for sure, and, well, I guess a lot of you guys may be wondering, what do I think of this movie this time around compared to the last time for sure? Well, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, my point still stands. I really do enjoy this movie for sure, yeah. So yeah, I guess even to this day, pretty much like with what I thought of it the first time around, my God, I will have to say, it definitely feels great to see this one for sure, yeah. I guess my point still stands. I thought Luca was a brilliant film back then, and, well, I definitely think Luca is a brilliant film now for sure, so. So yeah, I think that's why I think of this movie this time around compared to the last time for sure. It's still a great movie overall, so yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alright, so yeah, now that I've actually got the short version out of the way, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about everything that I need to talk about with, of course, this movie. For starters is, of course, the story, and I guess to me, I still really think the story in this movie is actually brilliantly well done for sure. They really establish this whole coming-of-age storyline that from what I've actually seen, but also did something very creative with, of course, what they've actually done for sure, and the way they actually really represented that for sure. It is actually very easy to follow, and I really get a good grip on, of course, everything that goes on for sure, and I really do get a good, strong connection every single time I see every single minifig for sure. There was never one moment where I thought it was too slow. There was never anything that kind of drags on a little bit too long. No, everything from what I've actually seen is flowed down massively, perfectly for sure, or just perfectly from what I can gather for sure. And yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there are a few, like, maybe one or two bumps from what I can gather that almost kind of derailed the story for sure. But everything else, though, is flowed down perfectly, and I really do love, of course, what they've actually done for sure. Not only that, but I also find the writing, I have to say, through its screenplay and stuff, I will admit it is actually very well crafted, I have to say. I really do love, of course, what they've actually done to really make this movie work, and by God, they actually really dig exactly that for sure. The dialogue bits are still... yeah, are still brilliantly well done, and actually gave us some really memorable lines for sure. And not to mention a few bits of comedy from what I've actually seen is also done very well, and I did get myself a really good laugh every single time for sure. Whenever a joke or two would pop up, it actually does work out massively well for sure. And I really do admire, of course, what they've actually done for sure. So yeah, I think that's probably what I can say for, of course, the story and the writing. I have to say it's still very well done, in my opinion. I really do admire, of course, what they've actually done for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alrighty then, so yeah, now that I've actually got those two out of the way, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about the next couple of things that I need to talk about for sure. For starters is, of course, the characters, and I will have to say, yeah, I guess from, of course, what I've actually seen, the characters, I will have to say, are, of course, still brilliantly well done for sure. I really do get a good, strong grips on, of course, the characters for sure, and not only that, I also do find that they still have a really great sense of development that I can easily get through for sure, and I do understand the massive flaws that they're dealing with for sure, and how they're willing to overcome it for sure, to which I have to say is, of course, still done amazingly well. And I really do love, of course, what they've actually done for sure, and the way on how much they've actually grown throughout the course of the movie for sure. It's something I really do love and admire for sure, and yeah, I think that's what I could say for, of course, on that front for sure. So yeah, I really do get a good, strong connection with, of course, the characters. I have to say, almost every single one of them for sure, including both Luca and Alberto for sure. They're always fun to watch whenever they're on screen together for sure. So So yeah, I think that's what I can say, of course, that front. And not only that, but for another aspect, the actors they brought on to play all these characters, yeah, even to this day, I do think they are perfectly well casting for sure, and they really did give off some really great performances, I have to say. Like, of course, pretty much of anything, I still get really got some really great strong performances, again, from the two main leads. Pretty much Luca, played by Jacob Tremblay, he actually is perfect for that role. And I really do admire, of course, what they've actually done for sure. And yeah, Jacob Tremblay really did, still did a phenomenal job playing Luca for sure. He's definitely fun to watch for sure. And not to mention Alberto, played, of course, by, yeah, I think I kind of forgot the actor's name. Hold on. Okay, I'm back, and yeah, I think I now suddenly remember Alberto is, of course, played by Jack Dylan Grazer. Yeah, now I finally remember. I'm so sorry about that. I just need to double check for sure. But yeah, needless to say, Jack Dylan Grazer still really did give off a really great performance as Alberto for sure, giving him like a massive, pretty much a cocky attitude. Yeah, and I don't mean like in a bad way. I really do mean that in a good way for sure. And again, his really great sense of development that pretty much that is given to Alberto actually still works quite well for sure. And I really do admire, of course, what they've actually done for sure. So yeah, I think that's just to name me a few for all the actors that came on board to play all these characters for sure. But nevertheless, I really do think they gave off some really great performances in my opinion, and I really do admire, of course, on what they've actually done for sure. So yeah, I think that's what I can say for, of course, the characters and the actors for sure. I think they really did an incredible job for sure. And I really do admire, of course, what they've actually done. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. All right. Alright, so yeah, now that I've actually got those out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about? Actually, quite a whole lot for sure. For starters, again, seeing of how this is a Pixar movie for sure, I definitely should talk about the animation for sure, to which I will have to say, I really still love the animation, of course, this movie for sure. Everything from, of course, what I've actually seen, from the way the characters are designed to, of course, the incredible background sing stuff for sure, and even really good contracts of course, color and stuff to incorporate everything in. Actually does make this movie actually work well in my opinion, and I really do admire, of course, what they've actually done for sure. So yeah, I think that's what I can say for, of course, the animation for sure. And they really did an incredible job, of course, what they've actually done for sure. Not only that, but also with the good amount of visuals and effects added in to help really blend in well with, of course, the animation for sure. That too, I will have to say, does work well in my opinion. And I really do admire, of course, what they've actually done for sure. So yeah, that's what I can say, of course, that front. And oh yeah, I think as another thing that I should mention, the music and the sound mixing, I have to say, that too actually works in well, and it definitely does blend in well with, of course, the pretty much the themes and ideas that are actually thrown into, of course, this movie to really make it work quite well for sure. Almost like you're actually watching a really fantastic movie that is, of course, given to us from Italy for sure. Which, yeah, I guess guessing actually does make sense because the movie itself is actually a theme to, of course, some really great Italian cinema for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, much like with, of course, what I have to say about Japan, maybe we should pretty much still get some really great stuff from Italy more often for sure. So, but yeah, I guess that's yeah, pretty much the music and the sound mixing still actually works well for sure. And yeah, I think with the themes and ideas, I have to say that too I can still really do admire for sure. Yeah, and again, it actually does signify quite well, almost looking like pretty much a little cinematic masterpiece that are given to us from Italy for sure. So yeah. So yeah. I guess if anything, I really do admire, of course, what they've actually done for sure, and yeah. Pretty much with what I've actually seen, yeah, much like with, of course, what I said with, of course, the earlier aspects, yeah, the themes and ideas to make it pretty much a really fantastic movie, almost like pretty much a little something, pretty much a nice little cinematic masterpiece given to us from Italy. That I will have to say is, of course, brilliantly well done for sure. I really do admire that the people made this movie really did their homework to, of course, make this movie actually work for sure. So, good on them, I have to say. And yeah. But I guess enough about that. Moving on from here. So yeah, and of course the direction in this movie from the film's director, I will have to say it's still brilliantly well done in my opinion. I really do admire the hardworking effort the film's director actually put into, of course, make this movie fantastic for sure. And I really do admire, of course, what they've actually done for sure. And not only that, the cinematography in this film is actually really great with some really fantastic camera shots, I have to say, to really go alongside the film's animation for sure. But the film is still also cut up perfectly through some fantastic editing, I have to say, which yeah, actually still works well in my opinion. I really do admire, of course, what they've actually done for sure. So yeah, I think that's everything that I can say for, of course, this movie for sure. I still think everything about it still works massively well, and I really do admire what they've actually done for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Okay, so yeah, that's everything that I need to say about this movie for sure. So yeah, I guess overall, what else can I say about this movie for sure? So yeah, I guess overall, Luca, in my opinion, is still without a doubt a fantastic movie all the way for sure. Everything from what I've actually seen by far, yeah, my point still stands. I still think almost everything, of course, of this movie really does work well, in my opinion. And I really do admire, of course, what they've actually done for sure. Everything from the story, the characters, the writing, the acting, the animation, and everything about it for sure still makes it a really great time for sure. And I really do admire, of course, what they've actually done for sure. It's a brilliant film back then, and it's a brilliant film now for sure. So yeah, I think it's safe to say, of course, on that front, I say this is definitely well worth checking out, and definitely one that I still recommend without a doubt for sure. I really love, of course, what they've actually accomplished for, of course, this one, and yeah, I guess since after seeing it on Disney Plus when it first came out, yeah, I felt the sigh of relief, the sigh of relief that it finally got the theatrical release it deserved for sure. It's been a long time coming, but I'm glad they finally did it here for sure. So yeah, I think that's what I can say, of course, that front for sure. So yeah, if you actually have the time and you want to catch a little something to fill in the gap before you go see the next movie for sure, I I say definitely see Luca on the big screen for sure. You're definitely going to be in for a great time once you actually do for sure. And trust me, I actually did, and boy was it actually well worth it for sure. And yeah, I say that's really, yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So, if you got the time at your local movie theater, definitely watch Luca for sure, and yeah, I think that's what I can say, of course, that front. If you got the time at your local movie theater, definitely catch Luca on the big screen, and plus, as an added bonus, pretty much much like what they did with Soul and Turning Red, they actually played a short that Pixar has, of course, given to us before the movie would begin. But unlike the last two, where they actually pretty much selecting a couple of new Pixar shorts that they added in, for the case of Luca, they actually added in the Google Classic short film that Pixar has, of course, released, which is, of course, For the Birds, which, yeah, I think is actually a really great choice for sure, because if anything, For the Birds, I will admit, is definitely one of my favorite Pixar shorts for sure. I'm really glad they actually picked that for sure. So yeah, who would have thought a Google Classic Pixar short that played before Monsters Inc. actually got the chance to be shown on the big screen again just for Luca. I'm not complaining. I think that's a great choice. So yeah. But yeah, I'm getting way too ahead of myself for sure. Definitely go see Luca on the big screen. Trust me when I say that if you thought it was great the first time around when it first came out onto Disney Plus, you ain't seen nothing yet when you actually catch this brilliant Pixar movie on the big screen. And that is why, without a doubt, that I'm definitely going to give Luca a massively solid 9 out of 10 as my final score. Like I said, it's a brilliant film back then, and it's a brilliant film now for sure, and I couldn't help but fully recommend this movie hands down for sure. So yeah, it's that great in my opinion, and I really do think it's well worth checking out for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Oh boy. Alright. I guess on that thought, that'll pretty much do exactly that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and by all means, I want to ask all of you guys, what do you think of Luca when you actually, yeah, if you actually got the chance to see it, or I guess in this case, revisit it like I just did for sure. Do you still think it's absolutely brilliant, and it's definitely well worth checking out for sure, or do you absolutely hate it, or yeah, and think it's pretty much a massive waste of time? Or are you somewhere in between, of course, this one? So yeah, let me know in the comment section below on what you thought of this movie this time around compared to 3 years ago for sure. So yeah, I think that's pretty much about it, and I guess on that thought, yeah, that concludes this entire trilogy of my re-reviews on, of course, all 3 of these Pixar movies on the big screen for sure. And I gotta say, overall, I say this is definitely well worth it for sure. We're only in the first 3 months of course, 2024, and boy, it actually is a great, it is actually a really great time for sure. I guess it's no big secret that if anything, if the COVID-19 pandemic didn't happen in the first place for sure, I think it would have been interesting to still finally give them theatrical releases for sure. But hey, I guess it is what it is for sure, and part of me did kind of wish that back then they would have gotten the theatrical release they deserve, and I did actually mention that in my editorial that I did a couple of years ago for sure. But I guess for what it is, I am glad that Disney and Pixar finally gave Soul, Luca, and Turning Red the theatrical release they deserve for sure. It's been a long time coming, and I'm really glad they finally did that for sure, to which in the end makes it a really great time for sure. And plus, I think it actually does feel great to, of course, pretty much get out everything, and of course, pretty much revisit these films and see what I thought of them this time around compared to several years ago when I actually first viewed them for sure. Now you might be wondering, will I actually go for another round of catching a movie in theaters that is getting a theatrical re-release and doing one of these thoughts videos in this type of style again? Well, yeah, I would, but only time will tell, of course, at that front for sure, because if anything, I never actually had the time to catch theatrical re-releases of older movies that came out years ago for sure, but hey, I guess if anything, I did make an exception with, of course, these three films for sure, and I'm really glad I actually did that for sure, so yeah, I guess in terms of doing something like this again, only time will tell, of course, that front for sure, and that will depend, of course, what movies that I think are worthy enough for me to go see and actually pretty much actually catch during their theatrical re-release for sure. But yeah, I'm not opposed to the idea for sure, but only time will tell, of course, that front for sure. But for now that I finally got those out of the way, I'm really glad that I did, and I had a really great time revisiting them. I think it's about time that I get myself back into talking about newer movies that are officially coming out in theaters, just as I originally intended in these thoughts videos for sure. So yeah, I think that's what I can say, of course, that front for sure. So yeah. And before I go, another thing I do need to bring up for sure is that around the time I actually got to see this movie on the big screen for sure, I actually came across a fan of course, my content, who was also actually seeing the movie around the same time I was for sure, to which, yeah. Literally, since after I put up my posts on social media for sure, literally before the movie started, pretty much the fan actually came up to the top row where I was at for sure, and yeah, we did chat up for a little bit for sure, but he was actually really grateful that he actually got to see me in person for sure, so yeah. So, of course, to the fan of course, my content who's watching this, and I'm so sorry I didn't catch your name for sure, because, well, we were already occupied in seeing this movie for sure. All I can say to you, if you by any chance are watching this, thank you so much for seeing me in person while I was at the Regal Cinemas down in Ithaca for sure. It really does warm my heart to see fans like you for sure, and yeah, it's actually all the more reason on what keeps me going for sure. So yeah. That's, of course, what I can say entirely for sure. Okay, now I'm done for sure, so yeah. Now that I finally got that out of the way, what am I going to be talking about next? Well, surprisingly enough, Easter is coming up pretty much next weekend for sure, and I'm already overdue on, of course, 2 movies that I'm excited to see, so yeah. Tune in next time, peoples, where now that we finally got the theatrical re-releases saga out of the way, we return to, of course, new releases as normal for sure, where I officially go for a double feature on both Ghostbusters Frozen Empire and Godzilla X Kong The New Empire. Will it actually live up to the hype, pretty much like I'm hoping for sure, or will they be any good? Well, you're definitely gonna have to tune into the next couple of thoughts videos to see for yourself for sure. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Which, I guess is what you expected for sure, but nevertheless, I'll see you guys next time for both Ghostbusters and Godzilla X Kong. Take care. Oh, and I almost completely forgot, pretty much as usual, all I could give to you guys is a massive Silencio Bruno! Yeah, I guess I kind of forgot about that around the time I stopped recording, so yeah. Okay, now I'm done. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyattackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427 Productions for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and plenty more in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyattackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.